Now, the Skye Bridge is getting a new coat this morning. You've been hearing about this all morning, of course. It's made of pure new wool. Knitters from around the world have been purling away to produce hundreds of pieces of knitting and crochet, which will be hung from one end of the bridge to the other as part of a celebration of Scotland's Year of Homecoming. Alison Orr is one of the organisers of the project.
Some of the pieces are very big. They're 2 metres by 133. That's the size of the panels on the bridge. Some pieces are even longer than that. They're narrower but longer. We've got a 14-foot scarf from Aberdeen with Aberdeen appliqued on it. We've got a 15-foot snake. Yes, lots of different sizes.
And why?
Well, lots of reasons really. Firstly, to celebrate Highland Homecoming. Linking is the theme of the whole project. The bridge links the mainland to the Isle of Skye. Knitting is a series of links. Passing the craft down through the generations links the generations, and also linking the community to the whole world as well.
What about the weather?
It's looking fine here today. We've actually had pretty good weather all week, while the rest of the country's been pouring with rain, and the forecast is good for tomorrow. We're not so sure about Sunday and Monday, but it's fine today.
I mean, it must be quite a job to hang all that stuff on the bridge.
Well, we're hoping it'll only take the morning. We've got 2 teams. We're going to start at either side of the bridge and meet in the middle.
And what about motorists and visitors? I mean, obviously you want them to look at the stuff, but you don't want them to be too distracted.
Yes, absolutely. Safety is obviously really important. There'll be lots of warnings. Scotland's Transurf have been absolutely fantastic, really supportive of the whole project from the very beginning. They'll be blocking one of the lanes on the bridge and using traffic lights for the morning while we're putting the stuff up. And for the rest of the weekend, there'll be 2 rows of cones on the one side of the bridge, just keeping a wee bit of distance between pedestrians and the traffic. But really, we want to emphasise that people should be very careful with the traffic as they cross the bridge and have a look at the pieces.
Any interesting stories about where some of the pieces have come from?
We have pieces from Australia and from China. We have a doctor who works in China, actually lives in the Isle of Lismore, but she works in China, and she sent pieces made with Chinese yarn. We have people tracing back their ancestry several centuries and sending us their whole family tree.
That is Alison Orr. She is one of the organisers of the project to put knitting and crochet, sounds a bit bizarre, from one end of the Skye Bridge to the other, but it's true.
It does sound bizarre.
Don't look at me like that.
Well, I'm sure it'll look very good. Thank you for your text, and plenty on the BN